Items of safety before we pull away from the platform. We ask that you remain seated at all times, but most importantly, make sure that we keep the arms, legs, and heads inside these train cars at all times. And with that being said, on the count of 3, let's say all aboard, and we will get this engine fired up. 1, 2, 3, all aboard!
Mr. Steve is so smart. He found a place for you to get to ride a train, Colton.
That R's going.
Yes. You didn't expect that, did you? You're good. See, he's telling people that are on the tracks that we're going so they get out of the way.
Are we going west?
Maybe.
South.
Oh, that breeze feels good. Doesn't it, Colton?
This sleek-looking silver and red passenger train over here on our right, which is undergoing a facelift, was called the Aero Train. It was built in the mid-1950s, basically to provide long-distance service across our country, but it had a very short life in that capacity, about 2.5 years. The ride proved to be very uncomfortable. The accommodations were poor, so the train ended its life on the rails, serving as a commuter train between Chicago and Peoria, Illinois.
There's the pond, and there's an airplane up on stilts.
Are we going east or west?
I don't know. Mr. Steve said south, so I don't know.
If we went east or west.
Oh, we're going on the bridge. We're on the bridge. Now we're off the bridge.
If we
This
went,
jet plane that we see on display over here on the right side of the train
if we
is a
went east, we'd
T-33.
be headed toward
It was a
Illinois.
two-seater, basically used for training purposes, to train our nation's first pilots in the flying of jet aircraft, which then became the F-80, our nation's first jet aircraft to actually fly in a combat mission.
Those are old farm vehicles, farm implements that they had to pull with a horse. He didn't tell you that, but I did.
I noticed that some of you have been pointing out some of these white dog bone signs as we travel around the park. But these bones were placed throughout the park as a tribute to a little stray dog that had wandered into an Albany, New York mail rail post office in the late 1800s. The little dog was befriended by the postmaster who fed him, gave him water. He named the little stray puppy Oni. The bottom line, Oni became somewhat of a celebrity, an honorary mascot, if you will, for the mail rail postal system. Oni literally traveled all over the United States as a representative for the U.S. mail. Oni even had the opportunity to go overseas to deliver mail by steamship. They claim that Oni was the first dog to literally go around the world. When Oni passed away, he had become a permanent exhibit at the Smithsonian Institute. Not a bad life for a little stray dog. I consider him a pretty lucky puppy. Passengers, as an early back-to-school promotion, the miniature train has been offering free eye examinations to all of our riders this August. See if you can spot our decoy resident coyote as we go around this bend. He's going to be over here on the left side of the train. He was placed here in the park so he can help be a deterrent for the Canadian geese that continue to walk on our track. But he doesn't do a very good job.
Yep, I saw it. He's going, Calvin. Yep.
Trains and train equipment come in a variety of shapes and sizes, as demonstrated by our mine train display over here on our left. Same principle as a train that run above ground with an engine and cars that rode on rails. Only these trains would have gone down into the earth. They would have gathered up minerals such as lead or coal, brought it topside to get empty, go back down into the earth again, and do it over and over and over again. That we're about to cross was actually a manually operated turntable that was used by the Frisco Railroad and enjoyed close to the museum here. But if an engine was in need of service or repair, it was placed onto a turntable, rotated around, and sent off into the direction of the roundhouse. And the same was true for locomotives going to different destinations. They were placed onto a turntable. They were rotated around to the appropriate track, and away they went. Since this museum's theme is the history of transportation, just a little food for thought as we make a trek around on the second time around. But had you been born in the early 1840s, were living in St. Louis, and had wished to travel to Kansas City by rail, that trip would have taken approximately 18 hours with an average travel speed of about 15 miles per hour. Today, Amtrak will make that same 250-mile run in about 5 hours and 40 minutes, and that's including all of its stops.
There's a man making a video of this.
This caboose that you see on display here in front of our visitor center used to sit in a private residence backyard in Olivet. It was his children's playhouse. The kids grew up, they moved away, mom and dad no longer had a need for the playhouse, so they donated it to the museum. But the inside of that caboose has been completely restored back to original, and it is an exhibit that is open to the public. You can actually climb aboard that caboose, walk through it, see what life would have been like for a conductor as he traveled up and down the rails of our country. Passengers, as we return to the train platform, I'm going to ask that we all remain seated until our train comes to a complete stop. Engineer Bob has a chance to set the train's emergency brakes. Then he'll blow the train whistle one final time to let us all know that it is safe to depart the train cars.
He's gonna blow the whistle again in a second. Stay still.
Adult passengers, watch your heads now as you depart the train cars. Do not bump them. It does hurt. We're going to exit to the rear of the train. Thank you for spending a portion of your Monday with us. Enjoy your upcoming week and come back and visit with us again soon.